Hello, how are ya? How's she cutting? I'm just back from the ancestral acres and they're all in great form, with the exception of Festy and his next door neighbour. But I believe their heads is healing up grand after the accident with the car. Huh? Oh, they're both in the regional hospital. Do you not hear? Huh? No, they hurt their heads in an accident. Huh? No, it wasn't a crash. Oh, listen, when I think of it, speaking of Festy puts a hint in my mind. I believe there was murder down in Gilhooley's pub a couple of weeks ago. They were all frightening each other, talking about pishogues and fairy rats and the like, and doesn't the nod Rooney start talking about the she-gui? Well, of course, Festy's getting a up for the nod as usual. I go long to blazes with your nods, says Festy. What the hell would you know about she-guis? You're only gossiping. I'd know more than you about she-guis, Festy. I seen a she-gui one time and I making hay for Norbert in the top field, says the Nod. Making game is more your line, says Festy. I think you're making game of us, Nod. Say what you like, says the Nod. But there was one time and I making hay for Norbert, and the sun was that hot you could hear the hay drying. And it was that hot I had to take my waistcoat off and lay it on the ground. Well, the sun was melting me Wellington boots when suddenly there was a great thump of an explosion in the grass just behind me. And wasn't it a she-gui? And up in the top of it rises me waistcoat and it flapping into the sky like a great black crow. I had to half cover me eyes with my hands looking up into the sun after it. But devil a sign was there of it ever coming down. What the hell do you mean it didn't come down, says Festy. Sure, and you sitting there wearing it, man. Of course it came back down. It didn't then, says the Nod. But a few weeks later I received a parcel in the post, the first and last parcel ever I got in the post. And wasn't there an Australian stamp on it? And what was inside it? Only me old waistcoat. Whoever sent it found out where I lived by the contents of me pockets. 'Cause there was a little note with it. And the note said that the waistcoat was found 5 miles the other side of Melbourne. Where was I anyway? Oh, I Festy in the accident with the car. Well, it appears that Garogine couldn't get the Skoda started and she going out shopping. So upstairs she goes to where the foul Festy is sleeping like a babby in the bed. Get up all that, says she, and do something with the Skoda, for God's sake. I cannot get her started. I'll tell you what you'll do, says Festy. You probably have her flooded. Leave her there and go down and take the Austin Cambridge from behind the Haggard. Oh, listen, well, I think of it. The Nod Rooney's given up riding the bike at last. What? Oh, do you not hear? Oh, God, sure, he was cycling out the Quarry Road a couple of weeks back with about 10 pints and a few small ones in him, and didn't he fall off the bike? 'Twas Dr. O'Trembler found him, and he coming back from a call, and he lying in the road in the headlights of the car. Apparently he had a heart attack from the strain of riding the bike with all the pints in him, and he was gone, only the impact of him hitting the road started the heart again. So the doctor says anyway. The lads was caught in the nod about it, and he says he'd never ride a bike again. They're too dangerous, he says, but he's drinking more than ever. Well, where was I anyway? Oh, I Festy in the car. Big up, says Festy, I'll hop in next door and get the new neighbour lad to have a go at this heap. I hear he's great with cars. Oh, I'll be in a moment, says the neighbour, and he coming like a lamb to the slaughter. I leave the Kazeler, says Festy. I have to go down to the village on urgent business, and away with him down to Gilhooley's pub. Well, Garogine arrives back eventually, and she's heading into the house when what does she see but a pair of legs sticking out from under the Skoda? And she gives your man underneath an unmerciful intimate goosel for the cod, like, you know. And she skips into the kitchen giggling to herself, but the giggle is on the other side of her face when Festy stumbles in the back door and he full to the eyeballs with pints. Well, they found your man unconscious under the Skoda, and a neat little X cut into his forehead from where he sat up after being goosed. What? How did Festy end up in the hospital? Oh, aye. Well, Festy was standing behind Garogine laughing at her as they were watching the ambulance drive off, and she hit him over the head with a vice grip, so the ambulance had to make the double trip, like, you know. Listen, I'd better hang up. I've avocados on here and they're just coming to the boil.